What's up, chat? Prepare for some D1 freaking yapping today. Because if you're seeing this, we're likely... Listen, I'm pre-recording this video because I'm going to be in Vegas for a couple days, right? But we're likely going to be at 1,000 subscribers. Which, you know, is a lot. Like, I was like, you know, I sat down to make this video. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, I was like, you know, I was thinking, you know, I was trying to like visualize what 1,000 people would look like in my head. So I tried to like imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7, 10 people. Okay, no comments about it, by the way, guys. Thank you. But I tried to imagine just like just like 10 people in my room, and even that felt like a lot. You know what I mean? So to know that there's like, you know, 1,000 of y'all who watch me is like genuinely insane. Like I can't believe that. That's like, you know, insane. Like genuinely, I tried to think about it. It's a lot to think about, but I pulled out the Ursus Knife Tiger Tooth, you know, since my videos are kind of skin focused. Y'all can kind of geek about this. It's a very nice skin, but that's not really going to be the focus of this video. The reason I gotta go fast. Oh, true. I did need to go to site. What is my teammates, or what are these guys' names, dude? What is this? But, yeah, the reason I whipped out the Ursus Knife Tiger Tooth it's because this is like the first knife ever I think I had on my channel, and this is just the first knife I ever had in Counter-Strike. It's the only thing that actually got me into skins. You know, I was very lucky and pulled this out of a crate one day, and you know, that changed my life for the worse or better, depending how you look at it. And we're also on Nuke, because I could be wrong about this. I believe Nuke was the first ever map I played on my channel. Like, my first ever video I think was on Nuke. I think I was yapping about, like, I think what happened was you know, I think back then I was making videos. Like, that was like the start of this channel. I was making videos, kind of, I don't know. It's like the typical YouTube like clickbait you see. You know what I mean? It's like, it's videos like, you know, or what? I'm trying to remember. It was like me talking about the state of Counter-Strike skins, and I titled it "Counter-Strike skins are permanently dead. It's over." You know what I mean, or something like that. You know, that style of content. I'm glad I'm not making that anymore. But anyways, I just want to talk about like where the channel started, where I think it's going, and you know, just, you know, kind of being grateful. You know, if you're never grateful in life, you know, you'll never realize what you actually have. You know what I mean? Like, if you're never grateful. So, you know, even though 1,000 subscribers is admittedly like not a lot, I don't know, like it's still something. You know what I mean? It's good to see where we are, and I'm grateful for everybody that, you know, has been a part of the community, has joined, played in the tournaments, watched the videos, you know, left a comment. And any of y'all, bro, that's greatly appreciated. You know, like for the first I don't know, kind of month of this channel, I didn't get any. I think I hit him a lot there through the wall. I think I actually hit him for a good bit of damage. Wait, I can hear him. Oh, dude, I want to get a kill from there someday, but like, I don't know, for the first couple months, like first literally 2 months of this channel before I started doing this style of content, I was kind of doing tier lists. Tier lists were kind of fun. They'd get views, but I knew there were only so many tier lists I could make, you know what I mean? And the whole point of this channel has been kind of daily style content, you know, where it's more like, I guess, like personality driven, like kind of like, it's kind of like the COD commentary back at, oh, out of my game, but it's kind of like the COD commentary back in the game, you know, or back in the day. What am I trying to say? Or just like commentary in any game for that matter. I know, for me, like the Technoblade commentary was peak back in the day. I like that too. Minecraft commentary too. It's just all fire, but just kind of meant to bring that kind of style back. And you know, it wasn't really working. I'm gonna be honest. The first like 2 months of this, it really wasn't working at all. Like I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't working, but like, I think you can look back on my channel, and I think either 2 months ago or maybe even just a month ago, like about a month ago, I made a video called 100 subscribers. I think it's still up on my channel, you know what I mean? But the point being, though, that was a month ago. And now we're at, or about a month ago, you know, maybe 2, you know, give or take. But point is, the first like month or 2 I did this channel, it was not working. It was not working, you know. And the reason I did this channel is because I've always had a passion for YouTube ever since I was young. And I kind of made like, I don't know, I have a main channel, and soon this channel is about to overtake it in subs. But my main channel is Guardian Rust. I'm sure I probably have it linked somewhere on this channel. But you know, school started out for me this season, and it was kind of like a do or die moment, because, you know, I'm out of high school. I'm in college. in high school, I'm not gonna lie, you get a certain degree of messing around where your grades are gonna be fine. You also just have a lot more time than in college. You have a lot more time. You know, you don't really have this fire lit under, you know, your cheeks, you know, saying that you gotta lock in, you know what I mean? Like, you're not really feeling that that passion, that drive yet, you know, because it doesn't really matter to you. So you're kind of close. If you're in high school right now, think about what you're gonna do in your future, because it's gonna hit you like a lot sooner than you might think. But you know, I always knew that I wanted to do something with YouTube at some point in my life. So when college hit, I couldn't upload on my main channel, Guardian Rust, anymore. Because it took too much time. I would make really high effort Rust content. If you want to look back at that and tell me how good or bad you think it is, you know, feel free. You know, it's on. Admittedly, I watched back a couple of videos. There's a couple I'm proud of, a couple I'm not, but overall, I was still trying. I was improving. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. But the point being is that, you know, college this semester hit, and I knew I wasn't gonna have time to make the Rust content that I also. What is this guy doing, dude? Like, this guy's really convinced. This is not a wallbang, by the way. That doesn't wallbang anything. The wallbang down does that I was doing. That actually wallbang something. That whatever he was doing does not wallbang. But yeah. So I had to pivot away from Rust content. And honestly, genuinely, I mean this. With my college classes, some days I'll get home at 7 or 8, including with work, and I would not have time to make a Rust video. I knew that. I just knew that. So this kind of channel is like kind of an experiment for me. You know, it's still ongoing because, you know, I'm not going to say I've made it at all. I don't even think it's come close to making it until you hit like minimum 100,000 subs. You know what I mean? But this is the way I could continue making content while being in school and employed, you know what I mean? This is the way the dream can live on, you know what I mean? So these videos, you'll see, and I've had pushback on this in the earlier days, but I'm glad I stuck to what I kind of planned to do. But these videos are completely unedited. The only thing I'll edit is when I clap in the intro, or sometimes when somebody says the N-word in the game. That's pretty much the only time I've ever edited this content, you know what I mean? I'm kind of cooked here, whatever I do. Do or don't, I'm cooked. Oh, wait. Am I the greatest? I'm the greatest! I am the greatest! I am the greatest. 1 HP. You can't make that up. Put me in the big leagues, dude. Put me in the big leagues. Oh my goodness. Holy slam, dude. Get out of my game. Oh my goodness. But yeah, dude. You know, I have a direction outside of YouTube where I'm going with my life. But I honestly, I feel like I'd still like to do something with YouTube, which is why I'm doing this. But like I said, you know, earlier in the like early phases of this channel, I'd get comments from like literally the only people watching my channel, which is like 20 or so people, telling me that I should probably edit my content. You know, it just kind of sucks. And I also got a lot more hate back then because I was doing my tier list style content also. Which tier lists are very opinionated things, but you'd be surprised how passionate people get about, you know, tier lists and whatnot. It's kind of insane, you know. Like, I'd get crazy comments, you know, but so it was just really discouraging, you know what I mean? Because I know I don't have time to edit content like that. I know that I also wait, holy Molotov? Okay, horrible Molotov, never mind. But like, you know, and there were like a good 3 or so times that I was thinking of quitting and like genuinely seriously considering quitting because I saw, you know, my videos were only getting maybe 50 or so views, you know, and I'm not saying that's bad, but it was like every video that I wanted to do well had to be not about like personality, you know what I mean? It had to be something like, you know, I yap about the new CSGO update or something, which is great, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I'd still make that style of content. It's just that wasn't really the point of this channel. But then just out of the blue one day, I was trying new things and I uploaded a video about a knife. That did well. So now I upload videos about knives. And I feel like that's a lot more personality driven. So I'm able to give my opinion on stuff. You know, I'm able to, you know, yap about the game. You know, do a lot of stuff that I just wouldn't normally be able to do. Because, you know, if I have to cover every Counter-Strike update, I'm kind of just more of a news channel. Oh, holy. Oh! Okay, I think the nade hit him for a little bit, so hopefully my teammate can clutch up. But yeah, point being, this channel's just been all over the place, and I didn't really know where I was going with it. But you know, you hear people say, you know, you got to do something and fail, and like I did that. I failed a lot. Like I failed a lot. And if we're just considering YouTube as a whole, I failed a lot. Like a lot. Like pretty much every single video I've made has failed every single time. And you know, I with my main channel, which is not this, you know, and this is becoming my main channel very soon. You know, it's about it'll probably overtake this my main channel in subscribers very soon. But you know, I would always make these videos such high effort, you know. I would put hours and hours into those, and they just wouldn't get the amount of payoff that I anticipated, you know what I mean? So I felt kind of stuck, you know. I feel like I could never, you know, I could always breach maybe 1,000 viewers, but I had this big goal of reaching 10,000 views, and I never could. I just never could. It never happened. It never once happened. And I kept trying. I kept thinking this was the video, you know what I mean? And then this channel came along. And if you look at this channel's history, you know, I made 2 videos that got 10,000 views at least. I actually made one video that got 20,000. The video I made that got 20,000 was just a tier list. Honestly, not a well-received tier list either. That was one that got a lot of hate, but I reached a crazy amount of views. And then also the video I did covering the knife trade-up update also got a lot of views. You know, who would have guessed? You know, because I covered it like an hour after it came out, but. Yeah, man, it's just been all over the place, you know what I mean? And I think I'm kind of figuring out now, and you know, I think everybody knows this, but if you fail at something, you know, you're gonna get better at it because you're gonna learn. But I mean, really, like, ask yourself, you know, I know honestly this video probably won't get a ton of views. I'm gonna be honest, it'll probably maybe get around 300. So I want to talk to the 300 that are watching, you know, maybe more, we'll see. You know, I don't really care about this video getting views, you know. That's not really the point of this video. This video is mainly just to reflect. So I don't really care if this video gets views or not. But to the 300 of you that are here, like, you know, have you ever been scared to try something? Like, genuinely scared to try something? I'm sure to pretty much everyone that's watching, like, the answer is yes. Like, genuinely. I mean, you're scared because either you think you'll fail, or you're scared because you'll think, you'll, like, I don't know, people make fun of you for it or something like that. That was me for a bit. And I still am that way. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm not doing that I should probably be doing. Like, that I need to start doing, and I know I will start doing them eventually. But this channel was one of those things where I just kind of knew. And, to, like, an effect... I'll tell you guys about it, you know. We still have a little bit of time left in this game, hopefully. I need to kill this guy. Yeah, nice. Light work. Come on. But, you know, I was so scared that the people I knew, you know, if they found this channel, they would kind of, you know, I don't know, kind of make fun of it or something, or just be like, you know, this is corny, this is, you know, horrible. And, you know, some people did. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, there's some videos I made earlier on this channel where I said that, you know, nobody really cared that I made this channel. And I wish it stayed that way, but since then, people have found this channel. And there's been people who have been, like disrespectful, like really disrespectful about it. I don't know. And you know, I didn't expect that to happen, because the first month or two of this channel, before this channel was doing well, you know, nobody really hated on it. You know what I mean? Like, nobody really hated on it. Nobody cared. That was the thing. Nobody really cared. But now that this channel's starting to pick up a little bit of motion, it's like weird, dude. Like, people will just hate. I just hate to hate. You know what I mean? Like, and it's kind of strange, you know. I kind of knew, but that being said, I was scared of, you know, this happening, and it did, but I don't regret a thing. You know what I mean? Like, I was scared of people making fun of it. It happened, and not everybody make fun of it. There's a good amount of people I know who like think it's cool. You know what I mean? And I feel like those are, you know, kind of the real ones. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what I do, you know, they'll support it, I guess. Nice, dude. My teammate's the GOAT. But, like, basically what I'm trying to say is what I did, what I was scared of, came to reality. But what it made me kind of realize is that, like, I guess, like, I'd still rather do this and have those people hate on me because I know they just aren't real for it, you know what I mean? Than have like than not do it at all and have nobody hate on me, because it's like I think what I'm doing is really cool, you know. I appreciate I like everyone's comments on these videos, you know, like it's really, you know, it shows that I'm making kind of the content I wanted to be making. And I know there were so many bad routes I could go with content, you know. I could have drama farmed, I could have gambled, I could have done CS:GO case opening. There's so many bad routes I could have gone that just would have been less fulfilling, because I know that like I'm kind of doing something, you know, just because people want to see people open cases, gamble, or, you know, see some also holy Molotov. But, you know, I made the content I want to do, I stuck to it, and it worked out, you know. I mean, like I said, hasn't really worked out till I have like 100K, but it's working out is what I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of what matters, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't know, man. This video's gotten like deeper than I thought it would be. You know, I hope some of you guys can take something away from this. If, you know, since the game's kind of wrapping up here, let's talk about some takeaways. I guess if you're scared to do something, you know, get around to it, man. Even if you're scared of people, you know, not liking you for it, people judging you for it, it might happen. I'm not gonna lie to you, it might happen. Should you care if it does happen? Absolutely not. You know, I've said this before, but like, you know, there's some things that I would even judge you for, okay? And even if I were to judge you for them, that doesn't mean that you should stop doing them. If you genuinely love something, you genuinely are passionate about it, you genuinely want to do it, you shouldn't care about anybody else's opinion. Even if I think it's dumb, even if your friend thinks it's dumb, even if your parents think it's dumb, whatever it is, unless it's like, I don't know, a literal crime or something, like, do it. Just do it. See what happens. If you are passionate about it, I think you can make something happen. You know what I mean? And, you know, is it going to be all, you know, sunshine or rainbows? No, not even close. But, you know, at least, you know, time's going to pass anyways, I guess. That's kind of the moral of the story here. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Couple things I just want to talk about real quick. For 1K subs, you know, I meant to mention this sooner. This was meant to be kind of a happier video. I mean, I'm not saying it's a sad video. This isn't a sad video at all. This is like a video, just kind of reflection. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like a deeper video. It's not like a sad video, but we have a Discord. I meant to bring this up. We're doing something involving this knife for a 1,000 subscriber special, whether it be a giveaway, whether it be a tournament to win the knife, something along the lines. This knife is going to be given to one of the viewers. And potentially this knife too, or some other knife. But point is, it's going to be kind of insane. We're going to have a fun little giveaway, celebrate. Appreciate you guys all. Like, seriously, it's been a lot of fun doing this YouTube stuff. I'm going to continue to do it. No matter how many times I think of quitting, I'll probably stay in the game. Just because there's no reason not to. This channel is so low effort. You know, it takes me like 30 minutes to put out a video. So even if I'm getting 0 views in the next 6 months, maybe I'll just keep uploading. Maybe it'll be, you know, it's already a schizophrenic yap session type of channel. So, you know, what's to say I can't schizophrenically yap to myself? But anyways, thank you guys all so much for 1K subs. Join the Discord for whenever we do the knife thing. You know, follow the steps in there and subscribe so one day I can buy a Dragon Lore.